What's up guys, Shane here, Fugatech 3D Printing, and today, as you see right here, we have the Crowdy CR-10S that we're going to be checking out. Welcome back guys. As you see, I have a nice huge box here, and this was from my friends over at GearBest. They decided to send me the CR-10S to test out. I already have the CR-10 off screen here. You can see the box right there. I have the CR-10. This is the upgraded version of it. I believe this is the 400 by 400 model, but I actually don't know. Or it could be the 300 model. I don't know. I said I would like to see it and test out and see what the difference is between the S and the regular. And here we have it. Hoorah! It's a big box, so we need a big knife. All right, this is I want to say this box is bigger. Oh no, it looks to stay the same though. Okay, so we got some foam up top there. Hope you can see me. Can't really see my little screen anymore. And then we have the gantry. And this will be sweet because there's so many changes with the version now, even versus the originals or the version that I have versus the CR-10 versus CR-10S. They've made a lot of changes. So this is going to be really cool to see what they've done. A big stack of foam. Okay, and then we have like pretty much all the things that we had in the regular CR-10. So we have the tape, garbage, don't need that. Box of accessories. And we have the control box right here. All the wires already connected to it. Good to see. Foam. More foam. More foam. Even more foam. And then go ahead and pull out the gantry. Oh, and here we have the gantry. Set this down somewhere, I guess, for the moment until I'm ready for you. And looks like that is it. So, get this huge box out of the way. Okay. Alright, let's start with the base here. So you've seen my other videos, so pretty much you know how this is going to go, what all the parts are, whatnot. But if you have not, if you're new to these, so the way that the CR-10 and all its different variants it comes in two pieces. Well, three, if you can talk the control box. So you've got your Y carriage and the base of the printer. Then you have your Z gantry with the X mounted to it. Then you have the control box. So let's get the wrappings off this one. As I said, they have made a lot of changes on how they are shipping these now. They've made changes on how they're actually building them due to feedback and development by the community, which is honestly really good to see. There's so many companies that don't do that, but these guys are. So we gotta get this more foam out of here. And one of the key changes that they've made is that there was a 3D printed object that came out shortly after the CR-10 actually hit the streets, because right here where the bed wires touch, they're soldered straight to that bed. Well, this nice plastic piece, whoops, see if I can do this somehow where you can see it easily enough. So this plastic piece right here, you had to 3D print this and install it yourself. Well, they saw this and they actually wrote to all the CR-10 groups saying, hey, who made this? We really want to talk to you. They talked to him and they asked him if he could do the design. Whether he's getting a kickback or not, I don't know. They took his exact design, it looks like, which is very similar to one I'm using. I'm using one with the curve. They took that design and they injection molded it, and here we have it. You know, it's clipped on there real nice, it's zip tied, and this is to help with the fatigue of the cable on the Y, so your Y heated bed cable, to help that from fatigue and breaking, which is happening to a lot of people. We got the same glass on the top here. I don't know if it's borosilicate glass or what it is, but it's glass either way. With the 4 clips, we have the Z motor. So I just want to confirm, yes, the idler that's on here on the motor, there's a little idler bearing right here. That ensures that this stays up off. On the bottom of the bed, is the same on my regular CR10. They're using 6 wheels. Some people are saying to remove the center too. I don't agree with that. This slides really well right now, so I don't really see the need to, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of deal. And then, so the gantry is where some of the biggest changes come with this printer, mainly being right here. There's 2 lead screws on this. The regular CR10 only has 1. This is also, I don't want to say topic of controversy, but a lot of people say it doesn't matter, and some people say it does matter. I do notice that the right side of my bed is lower than the left side of the bed because of the gantry sagging. I'm still getting fantastic prints off of it, and I'm still currently testing that printer. I want to use it. I've had it for, what, 2 months now? I really want to use it a little bit longer to make sure that I'm actually giving you guys like a good review. But anyways, so that's that, and then they've changed up the actual extruder itself that's on here. The actual extruder, it's now injection molded, which other one was injection molded, a little different, but this one actually comes closer. This might be easier for flexible filament. It could be, but it does a different design. It is a different, it looks to be maybe the same here for that, but other than that, the X looks the same. It's still not adjustable, but like I said, you got the 2 Z motors down here. My couplers are not stretched on this one. My coupler is stretched on mine. Still getting fine prints. And yeah, so hot dog. We need to get some clippers in a moment, and we can put that together. But yeah, I'm excited. It's the same. The other thing that is on my CR10 that other people didn't have is right here. It's gonna be hard to see. This blower actually has the little scoop already on it. The original CR10s that came out did not have that scoop. Someone created it. Creality saw that. They said, hey, can we copy that basically? Person said yes. Now we have this scoop on here, which is, you know, great to see. And there's no play, which is actually really nice. I had a lot of play in my original CR10, so this one seems to come a little tighter tolerances. Everything else looks really the same on it. Some of them actually have 2 extrusions at the bottom. Some of the earlier ones, they don't seem to be doing that anymore. Oh yes, okay. So I noticed that mine, if you look here at the front again, there's nothing here. There's no V-slot covers are not there because it's right here. A lot of people don't like it. I don't know, it kind of looks like the printer has racing stripes on it or something. I don't know. It makes it go faster if you have this on. You print much faster. Whether I put this on or not, I don't know. It's also crimped to hell. So I actually don't know if this actually is going to go on very well at all, because once you crimp it, and it's been crimped like this for who knows how long, it might not actually even out, and it might look kind of weird on there. So I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but there's that. What else do we have in here? We have the, again, very small spool holder. I feel like that one was bigger, maybe it's not, I don't know. The installation instructions, we'll leave that for the side for a second. All right, we have the rack screws, which this is the supports for adding the gantry onto the actual base of the printer. And we have the USB. Oh, this is the other improvement for the CR-10S versus the CR-10. You have a filament sensor. So I believe this clips on right near where the extruder is, and it feeds from this straight into the extruder. And then it should work. I've heard rumors that some of them aren't working. I'm unsure, just because I haven't tried it myself. So all it is in here is a little end stop. It's the exact same end stops they're using on the rest of the printer. It's just so whenever that gets triggered, it's supposed to stop the print. So we'll see how that ends up going. So it's a part. Don't need this. I got an EU plug. Again, for me, it doesn't matter. I have 1,000 of them because I do computer modding. So I have a lot of other power cables around. If this is a problem for you, I'm sorry. But again, for me, it's not. More tools. I have got 100 sets of Allen wrenches now because every single printer I get comes with Allen wrenches. They all come with flush cutters now, which is great. They didn't used to come with those a while back. There's some wrenches in here for adjusting the nozzle, the eccentric nuts that are on the printer, and some zip ties to have. We have a spare end stop. Again, this is the end stop that's in the filament sensor, exact same. And they just give you a spare one in case something happens to one of them. We have the little guarantee card. We have the neon green USB drive with the micro SD card in there. Let's see if this one's actually labeled. Yeah, this one's labeled 8 gig, a SanDisk Edge. So, okay. Some of them I get aren't actually labeled, so they're like super off-brand, but I haven't had one fail yet. You know, whatever it is, it is. Oh, and then we have a bunch of spare parts. So we have a spare nozzle, some square T-nuts, M4, M5s, a spare PTFE tubing lock thing, the push-in fitting, extra push-in fitting in there. And then we have the spool holder. So that's what the actual spool mounts to, and that mounts to the case. We have the super duper sharp putty knife. We have the tiny nozzle cleaning needle. So it's basically like an acupuncture needle, kind of like you can clean out your nozzle if you have to. A piece of spare PTFE tubing. And then we have the small spool of white PLA, 1.75 millimeters. This is actually printed great. Once I got the CR-10 regular one dialed in, this actually printed like great filament. I was pretty surprised. I do wish that they would have included a full-size spool with the CR-10. It's actually becoming a little more regular, I've noticed, in kits. It didn't used to be when I first started 3D printing. Now we're here, you know, a year and a half later almost, and several printers are coming out with full rolls. But still, this is better than the little dinky one I got with the Ender 2. Like, that was nothing. That's it for the box. All right, the instructions. So the packing list, BOM, and it tells you all the different main components that come. And then inside the toolbox materials, it tells you all the different parts that are inside there in Chinese and English, which is great to see. I like English. And then we have the Crowdy CR-10 complete assembly. Oh, it tells you how to add in the racing stripes, we're going to call them. That is the balloon extrusion inserts. Some of them I like on the bottom, it keeps stuff from getting in there. The uprights don't matter at all. And then, what is this? After sales service card again. What that's good for, I don't even know. And then we have the build here. Yeah, so a couple steps tells you to do here, how to get everything ready. Tells you how to hook everything up here at the bottom, how to hook all the cables in where they should go, how to connect your PTFE tubing. So again, this is boring like it was last time. I'm just gonna buzz through this and get it done. And we're gonna get printing with this as soon as possible. So I'll be right back. So yeah, more so from the community, they've actually zip tied everything. So they added this foam in behind the rods so that they wouldn't get bent. It's a fairly stiff, open cell foam. And then they added zip ties here at the bottom in order to hold the fittings down, the couplers I should say, so that those don't actually stretch out and the motors don't move. Which again, really nice to see that they are listening to feedback and that they want to make a good product. I'm frankly amazed that don't want to sound bad like a Chinese company, because they're not all bad, but this one really actually is trying to be the printer for everyone. They're really trying to show everyone that yes, we want to be a printer that anyone can use, and we're willing to make changes in order for everyone to actually get a good experience with our product. So it is good to see. I'm glad about that, and I'm glad that people are wrong about some of these companies. Anyways, let's get it together. Okay, and that's it. It's together. All I gotta do is plug in some power and get it going. Oh, the filament, or the spool holder here. But yeah, that was pretty quick and easy and simple, just like the original CR-10 was. So now I just need to make sure that now that we're using 2 Z screws, you need to ensure that your X gantry is parallel to the build plate. So you're just going to get a ruler and just measure it real quick. Get as close as you can. The bed leveling screws will even it out the rest of the way, but you want to make sure that you get this as parallel to the bed as you can, and you can just twist one of these screws in order to, you know, up or down each of the sides, get that set, and then once it is set, you shouldn't have to mess with it again, you know, in theory. And before you plug it in, make sure that you have it set either from 220 or 110, whatever you're going to be doing. I'm going to actually plug this one into 220 power, so it's already set to that for me, but make sure you check that. If you plug the unit into 110 power, regardless of what the switch is on, you're fine. If you plug the unit set on 110 into a 220 line and you hit it on, you're going to fry the power supply. So just keep that in mind. When you do that, you can always undervolt something. Overvolting it, never a good thing. You're going to fry it. Just keep that in mind. Okay, now it is even. These are slightly greased, so bear that in mind. And we have power. Yep. Okay, well, let's check the movement here. I'm going to go down to prepare. We're going to go to auto home. X is good. Y is good. And Z is good. So far, so good. Now we need to, that has bed auto leveling in there. So we're going to disable the steppers. That way we can now freely move everything. And we're going to level the bed using just one of the cards that they sent us. And just do your four corners and we'll go from there. Alright, so we've got the filament loaded in there. I have not heated the bed yet. I have the bed level though. We're going to get out the micro SD card here. And you're upside down. And initialize SD card. Print from SD. And we have Hubba 3H. It's only one, so we're going to pit that one, see what happens. So our bed's going to go to 50C and then go from there. So yeah, all right, I'm just going to cut to a time lapse and we'll see how this print turns out. Printing just on the glass, it should be okay. Maybe I'll alcohol wipe it real quick just to be sure of that. Let's see how this thing does. Alright, so I have some of the prints done and I printed it in their white filament and it's quite astonishingly amazing, but it's really hard to see the layer changes, which honestly there's really none that you can see, but you can see a little bit of retraction issues, but the white is really hard for you guys to see. So I went ahead and reprinted it in Shun PLA in their yellow and you can see a lot better. I'll show some zoom ups here, but this, I mean, printed absolutely amazing. This is probably the best I've had of any printer straight off the bat. And then to compare it, I went ahead and used Shun's orange PLA. I know it's a different color, properties might be a little bit different, but regardless, I printed them both the exact same time with the exact same profile. They took exactly the same amount of time. I wanted to see what the quality difference in the layers would be versus this one. So again, I know it's different color, but you at least can see the layer change differences between the two printers. Okay, so here's again, the white / natural filament that comes with the CR-10S. And like I said, this came out absolutely beautifully. It's really hard to tell, again, I'm sorry because it's white, but if I look in the back here, if I can post a photo as well, I mean, you can't feel or see the lines at all. You know, and this is using a fairly well-tuned CR10 profile, the exact same profile I used for my regular CR10, I used here on the CR-10S, and it looks glorious. It did have a little bit of issue on cooling underneath this hand, and that was the same on all the prints, so that was no change there, but I mean, it looks really, really nice. Okay, so here's the yellow. It makes it a little bit easier to see. So you see here, again, here underneath the paw, there was a little bit of issue cooling that well, but this paw came out perfectly. On the back, you can see a little bit of my layer changes here. Other than that, it is purely smooth. You know, I guess I see the gleam there in the light. It came out really, really well. I'm just super impressed with the quality out of the box with a well-tuned profile. It's really nice, I like it. Okay, so here's the cat from the original CR-10, and it looks great, but you can see a few layer variances in here that are a little bit different. I can feel the layers a lot more than compared to the CR-10S cat. Get it here. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you guys to tell without it, but you can definitely see the color change here just because of this layer is out a little bit more. I don't know what happened with that. The retraction looks to be about the same in both of them, so there's no performance in retraction. And even on the sides here, you can see the retraction in the exact same places. And again, on the hand, they both had the exact same issue with cooling that under that overhang, extreme overhang, really well. So again, it is better than the CR-10, not by a lot, but it definitely printed better. Okay, so that is the first look at this. I still have a ton of testing to do. Like, I didn't even test the runout sensor on this for now. I just wanted to get these prints done so that I could, you know, get at least my first look at the printer. I will do a separate video, probably just looking at the runout sensor to see if it actually works, if you need to do anything extra to make it work, things like that. I know on like the new Prusa i3 Mark III, the runout sensor is not on auto. Like, you have to enable it in the firmware. I don't know if you have to do that with this one. I have not researched that at all yet. So that's gonna be something I'm going to look into. Other than that, I'm, again, really impressed with how it came out of the box. I did have to do some tightening on the CR-10. I had to do tightening on the Ender 2. No tightening on this machine whatsoever. I literally loaded filament into it, leveled the bed, and printed. Straight off the bat, no issues at all. I did not use the CAT G code that came on the machine. It printed a raft and it wasn't printing very well. Like, after it printed the raft, I went to print the bottom and the layers, I don't know, it didn't match up well. So I just, you know, screw it, I'm not gonna knock it for that because that's just a crap file anyways. And I just downloaded the file straight off Thingiverse. Yeah, so I'm gonna be testing this printer for the next month or two. I like to really wrap my head around the printers before I actually do a review. The first printer I've received for a review of this batch is the CR-10. I have yet to do an official review on that because I'm still printing with it. I'm getting right around the point where I'm ready to do a review on it, what I think about it, what mods I want to do to it in order to make it a better machine. But I mean, right out of the box, again, you cannot beat this one so far. I like it a lot. So full disclosure for you guys, this printer was provided to me by GearBest for the purposes of review. No money was exchanged hands. I'm allowed to keep the printer and do with it what I wish once the review has been published, which will be eventually. So I hope you guys enjoy this first look here at the Crowdy CR-10S. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Didn't, thumbs down. Let me know what I can do in the future to, you know, make these better for you. If you want to help me out, best thing to do, subscribe, hit that bell icon, get an email notification anytime I upload new content, and that way you'll be the first ones to see, you know, printer unboxings and reviews and things like that I do here on the channel. If you want to support me financially, down below me is going to be a Patreon link. Donate me $1 more. I greatly appreciate current Patrons. You guys are awesome. If you want to support without spending your money, there's a lot of affiliate links down there. There's an affiliate link where you could buy this printer on GearBest with a coupon if I have one down there, and I'll keep that updated as the months go on. This video is up and I get new coupon codes. I'll be sure to update that. I don't want to quote a price because it could be different. So just check down there, affiliate link, buy it, help me out. Coupon code helps you out. Everyone wins with that. I thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, happy printing.